Drop it.
What's going on, you filthy animals? How's it going? How you guys doing? All right, let's get right into it. Let's get right into the chart here. Let's go ahead and look at the SPY. The SPY is just running. We had levels. We had a breakthrough level and just literally hanging here. I don't like on the 5-minute here price action so far away from the 13. Now you had this actionable traffic signal here. This traffic light, $2 move, not bad. Definitely not bad. All right, moving along. Let's see what she's doing on the 1 minute. The 1 minute's going to help me identify opportunity. And guys, you see what's happening here, right? You had this ginormous Mount Everest of an MACD here. And you get the MACD cross, and she's just running on the 1 minute, breaking through levels. These were profit-taking levels. And then you see this. We got MACD slight red, very thin here. This is very thin, right? So for me on the 1 minute, that is giving me a clue that the market has lost some steam, okay? So moving along, let's get some tickers in here. Actually, you know what? Let's do a roll call here. We got Saad. Good morning. James, good morning. Great Babe, good morning. Sam Lee, morning. Tori, morning. Eli, morning. Dr. Bob, good morning. Gingy, morning. Jason, good morning. Let's see. Life Wisdom, what's up? And then, of course, we have Adam Aaron should be in prison for colluding with hedgies and for insider trading. Is that speculation or is that stated fact? Come on. You know, we go ahead and create so many narratives for a trade, especially when the trade isn't working our way, right? And the thing is that I talked about this, right? I talked about it on the stream. When we go ahead and we look at the chart here, right? The only thing you need to trust is the chart. The chart is your friend. That's it. It's not lying to you. It's telling you. Whether you want to perceive something other than what it's telling you, that's on you. Me personally, I like to utilize the chart to my benefit, okay? So maybe I don't make this entire move, but if I make this move, awesome, right? If I'm feeling frisky and I'm ready to defend this level and I make this move, awesome. You see, that's really it in a short term, like in a summary rather. Okay. Let's see. Yuki, what's going on? Jerry, what's going on? Gerardo, what's going on? Ben Currington, chart equals Bible. Absolutely. I'm not getting puts for WFC unless it breaks to 48 EMA. Let's go ahead and look at WFC. Here we go. Now you're looking at the 48 EMA here. What time frame are you looking at? The 5 minute or the 1 minute? Now I'm assuming you're looking at the 1 minute here. You do have a traffic light, and you would be absolutely wise to utilize that 48 here as essentially another signal to say, hey, you know what, maybe not yet. Winning loser, congratulations, you filthy animal. We see that you are absolutely printing 20% today on the port. That's just wild, okay? Absolutely wild. Now, Daniel says WFC has a 4-hour cross down. So let's go ahead and, well, we're here already. So let's look at the 4-hour here. And you have the cross down, but also you have the 48 supporting it. Now let's go to the daily. In the daily, you could see, you know, you had that rejection from a level, but you do have the 13 supporting it. So this could simply be a retracement to a continuation. I'm not liking the fact that on the daily RSI is this hot. It is very hot, right? So, yeah. For those who like to do TA, this could be a cup forming, and then we're going to have our handle, right? At the end of the day, I really prefer not to do that, right? I'm just going to go ahead and play the chart here, and you took this call, you made some money. Really simple stuff, right? So everyone's shopping for rejections. That's what you're doing right now, right? Everyone's looking for that rejection. Right? Now, You guys know how many times we would go ahead and literally shop for that rejection, and then it never happened, right? Particularly on CPI days where market just ran. There's no rhyme or reason for what the market's doing right now. However, we don't really care. We go to the SPY and we're looking for an actionable result or an actionable alert. Okay. As it stands, it's just the bulls are in control, right? There was money to be made and you should have made your money. Really, really simple stuff. We're not going to go ahead and say, okay, well, we're going to play this to the downside right now because we do not have any indications of doing that, right? Daniel Mitch says, I think there's some positive bank news over the weekend, which messed up the put swings for WFC. Very, very, very possible. That's why we try not to hold overnight unless our thesis is built on the daily. Okay. Short to Vic says, swing at your own risk. L. Andy comes in and says, that's what she said at church. Or that's what they said at church. That's hilarious. Can you imagine swinging on a pole, losing grip, and oops? Someone call a chiropractor. Okay, back to the chart here. What else are we looking at, guys? We could go ahead and check out NVIDIA. NVIDIA was the money printer this morning. Look at this, right? NVIDIA just doesn't know what her pronoun is. So let's go ahead and for the guys in the back. There you go. Don't you love that? On the 1 minute, NVIDIA gave you your put here, and wow, it printed. You get to a level, it bounces, another traffic light comes up, gets you into a call. So this is basically your state road merging into the interstate. This happens, then boom, a level, close position, right? Those two plays alone have printed gnarly for members in the community. Now, let's go ahead and look at Apple. Apple getting ready to cross. Let's see. Apple crossed on the 1 minute. This is, and she's breaking the 48 here. Could the market be losing steam? This is really interesting. So, as it stands right now on the 1 minute, you do have its moving average. Just pivoting down and looking for that 50, right? So this is ideal. Now RSI is also below 50, also very ideal. Now, if you went ahead and you saw this traffic light, you don't enter that traffic light until you get a nice retracement and then your exit, right? You would have to be very, very disciplined here. If you decided to take this, your exit would have been the 48 right there. Otherwise, you're waiting for a break below the 48 and then you're using the 48 to defend your profit right there, right? Also, you're using the 13 as your risk. As it stands right now, this is looking really, really interesting. On the 1 minute, what are we doing on the 5 minute? On the 5 minute, we're looking to see if we get the candle break below the 13. Now, again, there's nothing actionable happening here on the 5, but there is something actionable happening here on the 1, right? And again, if you defended your profit here on the 48 and just removed that uncertainty and or decided, hey, I'm going to exit my position right here, you were probably down like 0.5%. Okay. Let's see. Yusuf says, Gabe, I want to get in Tesla, but I'm scared. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at Tesla really quick. Let's see why you're scared. Okay. Tesla, yes, looking very scary on the 1 minute. Traffic light, look at this. Oh my God. Look at that move. A $4 move, 2.35% on Tesla. That is very, very wild. Yes, I would be scared too. There's nothing actionable here. The action happened here, right? The only action that exists here is, do you take profit? Okay, I don't think that there's an entry here where you're chasing. Let's go ahead and look at the 5 minute. At the 5 minute, you got a traffic light here at the 48. Now, this is what you want. You want this candle to close, and you want to go ahead and see a candle break above the 48, of which you will then use the 48 as your risk. You will use the 48 as your risk on the 5 minute. Does that make sense? Okay. If you missed it on the 1, you do have an actionable opportunity here on the 5. However, you do understand that you do have a level here at 194.98. Okay. So if you're going to play, I mean, that's probably, you would have to assume you're going to get rejected here, right? So the safe play, what's the safe play? You go ahead and traffic light closed. You're above the 48. If you decide to enter, you're using the 48 as your risk. And or you could go ahead and wait for the retracement on the very next candle to see if we have a continuation, right? So you wait for this retracement and then see if the next candle prints another green light. If so, you enter on that third candle and you ride her up. Right now, this is not financial advice. This is just me looking at how I would enter this, right? As it stands, you're looking at the MACD looking like it wants to cross. RSI is above 50 and its moving average is in fact trending up. These are all things considered, right, for this trade. Okay. Again, you do have a level here at 194.98. This is a very, very tight, well, it's a dollar move at or about if you're looking at it, right? So there is in fact money to be made. Again, just make sure you defend yourself here at the 48. That's it. Okay. So moving along, we had Microsoft. Guys, how do you like the pace? I'm talking slower with far more intent. Hopefully you guys are able to grasp, what I'm doing, and hopefully it sort of kind of resonates, right? So here we have Microsoft. We do not have anything actionable here on the 5 minute with Microsoft, right? Your action happened back here. We're not chasing into anything, nor are we speculating, and or are we going to go ahead and attempt to front run anything, right? What we're looking at is probably simply sideways action until we get a candle break. But let's go ahead and look at the 1 minute. Now, the 1 minute is signaling put. We get a traffic light here, right? You wait for the retest of the 13. You could take it down. You saw the level here. So you know that unless she breaks this level, your profit potential is very, very, very tight. Okay? So Kevin says, Gabe hasn't had his coffee. Well, actually, yeah, I have. But I really don't want this to feel intimidating or way too fast, especially knowing that we're absolutely growing as a community and there's a lot of new people who are joining and taking advantage of the free chart and the 14-day free trial. So you are going to allow me to prove myself to you and prove the system out to you. So 14 days free, your card isn't charged for 14 days. Go ahead and take an opportunity to learn something. It might change your life. It has for quite a few of you here, right? So moving along, going back to the chart. Can we get some likes on this video? That's all I ask. All right. What else are we looking at? Anne, I'm glad you're learning. Let's see. Yeah, I proved the system already works, but I have to constantly prove it, right? I have to constantly prove it for the new people coming in. Okay. So let's see. How's KO look? Oh boy, Frosky. Okay, KO, Coca-Cola Company. All right. So on the 1 minute, you do have your traffic light. You would have waited for that retracement here, the following candle to see if you do get the red light here, right? And you do. And obviously, you know where your profit taking area was or is, and that's here at the 48, right? I try not to speculate on anything. I don't, right? I take essentially what the chart's giving me, and that's it. Very, 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 very simple stuff. AMC formed a traffic light on the daily. Let's go ahead and look at AMC on the daily. I'm assuming that traffic light is in fact to the downside. There you go. And we have levels, right? And you have a traffic light here. Of course, we want to go ahead and wait for another candle to print here, but you do have a level at 377, and that's here on the daily. On the 4 hour, you're probably going to find more levels, but of course, she broke beneath this level. This is key. Also, traffic light printed on the 4 hour. That would have been a very decent move here. Again, you wait for a candle to retrace into the 13. You don't get that opportunity because it happens pre-market, right? But let's see here. We do have this, right? Let's go ahead and measure it out where you would essentially take this trade, okay, with AMC. Now, I'm not saying to trade AMC. I'm just proving out that it's a tradable stock. That is a 14% move. If you were playing options, congratulations, you made a lot of money, okay? Now, on the 1 minute, we're seeing just traffic light. Again, they're self-correcting, guys. Okay, so this traffic light is telling you bullish. This traffic light corrects you and says, no, not bullish, maybe bearish. This traffic light says no bullish. This traffic light says bearish. Now, this is so tight here that even if you did a 2.5% allocation, right, it is so tight you could go ahead, close your position, and then take it to the downside, right? The whole idea here is to manage your risk and your exposure until you get it right. Okay? Manage your risk and your exposure until you get it right. It's really, really, really that simple. Okay? So moving along. Okay, we are let's see what we have here. Any other tickers, guys? Let's get right to it. Look at Tesla Go. Yeah, Tesla can be a crazy person, right? So Tesla is pretty much going on the 1 minute, right? Nothing actionable here except RSI is telling us that, hey, it's cooked, right? But you're not going to take a trade just based on RSI. I mean, if you feel like you should or you need to, because maybe you're a degenerate gambler, hey, that's on you, that's not on me, and that's not on the system, you would essentially take that trade with a very, very, very small position, okay? Very small position. And you would take that trade down to the 13, right? A very, very quick scalp. You're not looking to get rich off these moves. You're looking to build wealth off these moves. Now, let's go ahead and look at Invictus. We have Uber. Currently, Invictus is batting 100. That's really, really dope. We have Uber and we have Lucid. Let's go ahead and take a look at those, right, guys? Also, I want to show you something for those who are here, right? For those who are members here, right? We go to settings. Let's see. Wait, I'm lost. Hold on. We go to subscription. I want you guys all to check out Ambassador, right? Become an ambassador here, right? Yeah, share with a friend. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to, take part in the success of this community, okay? So you can become an ambassador and you can earn up to 30% in recurring revenue. 30%, right? You stack those gains, baby. Anyways, let's go and Invictus alerted on Uber. So let's check out Uber. Tesla just being a wild person. Uber, what is Uber doing for us? Now, Uber, this is fun. Okay. Check this out. Uber on the 1 minute traffic light to the upside. You were wrong maybe, and or you saw the 48 there and you were like, I'm not going to chance that. Then you get another traffic light to the downside, right? And then it corrected itself, right? So you get a traffic light here, you get the retracement. If in fact you took the trade to the downside based on this red light here, and then she breaks up to 13, which is your risk, you know immediately to change direction. And if you did, it pays handsomely, right? So let me show you this move here. This is why I'm all about managing risk and I'm all about following the rules. So if we're playing on the 1 minute and we have a 2.5% allocation, right? And we're expecting this to be a bull move, right? We get in on this candle. By the time you see that there, that's a 4-cent move of consolidation, right? If you got the move wrong, you got the move wrong. That's a 4-cent move of consolidation. What that equates to on contracts, just fairly nominal. Now, we go ahead and we take this move here. You get a traffic light here. You wait for that retracement to get the best fill off the 13. You enter here, and now that is a 1.26% return, right? With all things remaining equal, okay? As long as you're winning here on the chart, you should be winning with your options. Does that make sense? Right? Denise asked, do you think the SPY is going to tank? Well, we'll get to that in a second. But does that make sense with everything being relative? Okay, you play small, but you win bigger, especially on the 1 minute. Okay, so you are exposing your portfolio minimally. Okay, minimally. Guys, believe in these charts. They're epic. Okay, now let's go ahead and look at GME. Okay, wait. This was Uber. Let's look at Uber on a 4-hour. I'm trying to catch up to the comments here. Uber on a 4-hour, you have a traffic light, but you also have the 48 here. So your expectation is that at the very least, she'll come down to the 48, right? Just based on where RSI is just breaking 50 recently, right here, right? 48.68, developing red here on your MACD with the MACD and the signal line, right, crossing. So you got your MACD breaking below the signal line, MACD being blue, signal line being orange, right? So indications are saying move to the downside. Let's go ahead and look at the daily. Now the daily, the The daily is telling us, well, hey, we might have a retracement. So you look at the daily, you see where the 13 is at. You look at the 4 hour, you see where the 48 is at. This would probably be one of those situations where you wait for a candle to break below the 48 on the 4 hour. Because if it breaks below the 48 on the 4 hour, then it breaks below the 13 on the daily. And then you have potentially from the 13 to the first level, you have a $1.21 move. Okay. From the 13 to the level, you have a $1.21 move. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at Apple really quickly. Are you guys, I need you guys, I need to know that you guys are making sense of this. Okay. Because this is exciting. It really is. That's why I'm like super pumped every morning, right? Especially when I'm making money and you guys are making money, and it's contagious. It's exciting. But I hope that now that I've slowed things down, you guys are able to really see things. Let's go ahead, go back to the chart. We're looking at Apple. So Apple on the daily had its traffic light. That's a mean traffic light, but let's go to the 5 minute if that's what you're concerned with. You had your traffic light here, right? That was a really, really good entry. It was fairly close to the 13. Let's go ahead and measure this out. And that is a $1.37 move, right? Profitable, all right? Take that. Don't be greedy. Now, as it stands on the 1 minute, the 1 minute's telling us that there is price sensitivity to this level at 152.58. Now you have your traffic light here, and again, it's fairly close to the 13, so maybe that's a possible entry. And you took a quick scalp for 56 cents. That is money, okay? We're looking at this traffic light. Let's go ahead and look. And again, I just want to reiterate the importance of the 14 and the 13 and the 200, because you could see it's definitely acting as a level of support, as it should, as it will, and as it always will be, okay? It always will be. Okay, there's nothing fantastical about what we do. There's nothing trivial about what we do. There's nothing that we're doing that you can't possibly do. All I'm doing is just reading the chart. Now, as it stands with Apple, is Apple a chase? Yes. Not chasing into Apple until I see something absolutely actionable. And so when we look at what's actionable as it stands right now, I mean, we could go ahead and look at the RSI and say, well, yes, it's actionable because it broke below its moving average, and you wouldn't be wrong. However, for me to see a higher probability trade, I need RSI to be below 50. All right. Now I see an alert for Uber to see, I've set an alert for Uber to see if it breaks to 13. That'd be great. Now we'll go ahead and go back to Uber here. And I want to see what you're looking at. You're looking for the break up to 13 right there. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Certainly not mad at that. Okay, you are also wanting to see the breakup to 13, and you want to see RSI. As of right now, is showing strength above its moving average, but you want to see that pivot, and you want to see it just really get below 50. Okay, so let's see. Gabe, I missed a SPY alert, but I see people still getting in. I'm afraid to chase. What am I waiting for? Do stupid things, win stupid prizes. If people are still getting in, just because your friends jump off a bridge doesn't mean you do it too, right? If you are afraid to chase, that's you, right? Trading's a zero-sum game. If you feel like you are not ready for that trade, then trust that you're not ready for that trade, okay? Really, really that simple, okay? So if you're looking at Uber on the daily for a swing, let's look at Uber on the daily. Yeah, set that alert and see what happens. I'm liking it. Let's see. That's right, Grant Wiley. Do stupid things, win stupid prizes. Is Google getting ready to cross? Ashley asked a really good question. So let's go ahead and look at Google. Now, Google has crossed on the daily. Uh-oh. Okay, now let's look at what's happening here on the 5 minute. On the 5 minute, well, she paid. Pretty choppy, right? The action happened pre-market, not necessarily actionable here at market open. However, if you go to the 1 minute, you see that there is in fact some opportunity where you could take this traffic light right up to the 200 again, following the rules here, right? The 200, you would have the expectation that the 200, it would reject. Okay. Now, you then go ahead and get another traffic light here. That wick is fairly close to the light, so therefore you could take that trade. And then you have a level here, right? Now, it's really a matter of like, okay, I got to this level. I'll wait for a candle break and then defend it. Now, if you get a rejection from this, okay, if you get a rejection from this, then oops, you might be in a losing trade, but at least you protect yourself here with the third chain. Really, really simple stuff. And in fact, if you got in somewhere here, even if you rejected off this level and used the third chain as your risk, you're still profitable. So ain't nobody mad about that. Andy G being my hype man this morning. I love it. He's being my hype man. Andy, good stuff, man. Let's see. Let's see. Catching up to the comments here. All right. Anybody got any other chickers you can throw my way? Let's go ahead and break it down. Thank you, Gabe, for coming on here to teach us. You have made a difference in my trading life, and I really appreciate you. Sign up, folks. 1348 works. HP, thank you for your kind words. Ashley, thanks, Gabe. You're the best. Thank you. I try to be. Just unfortunately, the last woman I slept with didn't agree. So let's go ahead and look at NVIDIA. Okay, let's go ahead and look at NVIDIA. Here we go. By the way, that was a joke. All right, going back to the chart here. NVIDIA on the 1 minute. Again, just paid. She's hitting this level and respecting this level. Okay. Cool. Now we go to the 5 minute and more of the same, right? Massive consolidation gets to a level, respects it, right? So if NVIDIA is respecting the level, I think you guys should as well. If you happen to be in this trade, go ahead and secure that bag, right? There's really no point in risking a break above here, okay? Do I think SPY's going to tank? I really don't think. I just sit here and wait. I'm waiting for it. You can see we got a retest here at 411. Did I expect 411? No. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. But I do have levels where I could expect to take profit. And guys, I want to show you this. This right here, just if this doesn't make you a believer of 1348, the strategy and the chart that we're giving away for free, all you got to do is go ahead and check out the link pinned to the top of the comments. Download the chart. It's going to make you a believer. Why? Let me show you. Going back to SPY here on the 1 minute, you get a traffic light and then look at the sensitivity to the level until it finally breaks, right? So you could go ahead and take profit here and or decide, all right, it broke. Now I'm going to defend it. And then it comes up to this level here. This level printed out for you, also a blue pill line. And you see that price sensitivity there. So you could go ahead and exit your position there, right? Or risk it to the 13. But my question to you is, why risk it? Secure that bag, right? And then you have another break here off the 13. You have a continuance with the traffic lights, right? So it really all about managing your emotions and your risk here. But for someone who's like, okay, well, I got in here, I'm here, it's your chasing to the 13, I'm good, I'm calm, I'm still in profit, right? Because even if you entered here on this slide and you're consolidating and you're waiting for a move, you're still up $1.49. Right? Whoa. Wild. Oh, Andy, come in with the smoke. Let's see. Tesla and Lucid alerted on the 1 minute. Just now? Andy? Andy? What happened here? Let's go ahead and look at Lucid. Let's see if you are 1 for 2. You're alerted on the 1 minute. You're kind of a little late here, huh? Kind of a little late. What do I think of BBBY? It's a shit stock. That's what I think. Absolutely tradable. But why would you want to be in this mess? You were verifying. Okay, good stuff. There you go. You were verifying. Good stuff, Andy. All right. So with BBBY, I mean, again, why do you want to be tied to this stuff, right? You know what happens with retail? Because retail thinks in dollar amounts, they'll go ahead and look at BBBY, right? this is why thinking in dollar amounts, first mistake. They'll look at BBBY. They'll say, okay, well, I have a $500 portfolio. I'm going to go ahead and buy 100 shares of this because if I buy 100 shares, that's $200. And if it goes up to $4, I will have made an extra $200, right? So they're thinking in dollars, right? But when you think about it in percentages, it's simply, okay, well, I'm going to take 50% of my portfolio to go into a stock here that's going to move maybe about 10 cents, right? And percentage-wise, that's probably not worth the risk. Daily Taylor, absolutely. Traders speak in percentages. Everything is percentages. When you think in percentages, percentages help you to, one, control your risk, right? Two, not like get lost in that emotional fallacy that a shit stock that's trading at $2 is going to blow up to 200 and make you fucking filthy rich, right? And it's wild, right? Because a cheap stock like this, a newbie trader would go ahead and be like, full port, and then what ends up happening, you full port, let's say 500, and it goes down 20 cents. You just lost how much? $50. That sucks. Right? Now, I'm not looking at the $50. I'm looking at the fact that if you lose 20%, you're fucking stupid. So anyways, let's go back to the chart. Let's see. Let's go to the SPY, see what's happening on the SPY here. The SPY has just been on a tear today. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. An absolute tear. You think it's setting up for CPI? Creating back orders for that CPI data? I'm thinking so. Quite possible, right? Quite possible. Let's see. Moving along. All right, we got 267 people on the stream. With that many people on the stream, I'm expecting more tickers being called out because you're interested. Otherwise, you guys already know that the market's pretty much found its trend, and you probably already made your money. Now, that's actually a good question. Let's do a roll call. Who's made their 1% today so far? Let me know in the comments. Okay. Now, Lucid on the daily. Lucid on the daily. I mean, you had the move here. That's pretty filthy. That was a pretty filthy move. Traffic light. You wait for that a wick of the body to touch the 13. But let's just say you entered here and you took that move, right? That's 130% move from there. And if you're like expecting that Lucid's going to make the cross down, just wait for the alert, right? Otherwise, you're simply front running. And I can see why you would front run, because you do have RSI here. RSI looks like it's going to be breaking below 50. Currently, RSI is at 50.61. But I wouldn't chase into this. I would expect that the 48 would act as a level of support. Okay. Now, traffic light on Tesla on the 4-hour. Are you playing the 4-hour? If you are, in fact, playing the 4-hour, good for you. Let's look at Tesla here. Traffic light. Again, 48's right there. I would be very, very, very careful with this, right? I would be very, very careful because you could see there's price sensitivity to the 48. Hence, you have the body way up here with the wick way down here, right? So I would wait for a move below the 48 before I even consider taking it on the 4-hour. Now, on the 1 minute, this is really interesting. You are entering what we call an EMA braid, right? Now, the EMA braid is essentially this, where the EMAs are so tight, it's literally sandwiching the price action, okay? And again, this is not actionable until we get a move down. Otherwise, if you're scalping, again, you're taking it at the 13, and you're getting out at the 200. Okay, can I check FREC, please? It's down 80%. Oh boy, here we go. Shit stock. Yeah, do stupid shit, win stupid prizes. What do you need me to confirm? That back holding. Ugh, this is painful. This is painful. Oh no. Oh no, some girl in Weibo bought Wiggly Spy 398 puts and is down 50% full port. Jesus. When do stupid shit, win stupid prizes, right? So let's get out of this crappy stock. I don't like it. All right. Nothing for me to share with you. Here we go, back with the SPY. Again, price sensitivity to this level here at 411.86. This will be interesting, right? You got RSI here on the 1 minute. Let's get to the, let's see, let's get to the 5 minute here. Why did my chart change all of a sudden? Weird. Okay, so let's look at the 1 minute here. Oh, this is the 1 month. Where did my chart go? Okay, now let's go ahead. Get to the 5 minute. 2.9%. That is filthy. That is filthy. Good stuff. So on the 5 minute, you can see that rejection there. On the 1 minute, you could also see that is lost some steam. And RSI, you want on the 1 minute to see it break below 50, right? And you ideally want a traffic light to print. Now, here's the fun part. If you get a traffic light printing, you do have a level at 410. Then you have this level here at 410.49. 410, well, okay. Let me sort of back it up here. You got a candle break to the 48 potentially. That will bring it down to 411.20. Okay. It breaks that level. Then you're looking at 410.68. Breaks that level, 410.49, right? So what we're doing is simply waiting for that traffic light. There are a lot of levels here, right? But the traffic light is what becomes actionable, all right? Otherwise, you're just speculating that the candle will drop down to the 48 without anything really confirming that, right? Because MACD, although it did cross to the downside, it is highly elevated, way above neutral line here, this yellow line right here, right? And we go ahead and we look at RSI. It has not breached midpoint or 50 just yet. As you can see, it's just curling sideways. It looks like it's just flickering around here. So nothing entirely actionable with the SPY just yet. Please, no one front run this. Let's see. 8.87% on the port. Thanks to the SPY, that's really, really wild. That's actually beautiful. It's beautiful. Good stuff, Phoenix. Good stuff. Up 2.9% today. That is great. Let's see here. Google keeps rejecting at the 200. Oh, Carvana. All right, so let's look at Carvana, and then we'll look at Google rejecting. So Carvana, on the 5 minute traffic light, right? And you guys see why we like to wait for a candle to come back to the 13 whenever there's a traffic light printing, because it was just too far away. And by virtue of waiting for that, you are looking at a potential traffic light to the downside, right? Again, don't front run this. That's on the 5 minute. Let's look at the 1 minute. The 1 minute has already presented you traffic light to the downside, and you have a break below the 48. So this could be actionable on the 1 minute. All right. Very, very interesting stuff. Let's see if we have a level. We do have a level that it broke right here on the 1 minute. No, it's actually at that level. Wow, interesting stuff here. Pretty much trading right at this level. So let's see if there's any price sensitivity to 1062, because it's currently trading right at 1062. So let's see if there's any price sensitivity there. Otherwise, if you got in on this traffic light and you waited for that retracement and you knew that 48 was your target, as we've seen over and over this morning, then that was a quick scalp. All right. Bark says, Gabe, thank you for the nice pace. That helped me out today. Okay, so is this the pace you guys want me to keep forever and ever and ever? Let me know in the comments. Give me a thumbs up, all right? So What else are we looking at? Google at the 200. I remember that. So let's check out Google here at the 200. It's flickering around on the 1 minute rate. Not quite actionable for me just yet on the 1 minute. Let's see what she's doing on the 5. And on the 5, she is below the 200. So then we go back to the rules here. Okay. Let's see. The rules here. If price action is below the 200, we're biased to puts, right? And so you have this traffic light a little too far away, that price action, a little too far away, right? We would want to see a retracement closer to the 13 before we even take this trade. That way we get it to the 13 and then we're risking the 13 to the downside, right? If we're wrong with this trade. So we keep our risk super tight. As it stands right now, our side does not have me too convinced here with 53.24, right? So you could, in fact, just simply be rejecting off the 48. This is wild, right? You're seeing this in real time, and you're seeing the importance of the 48 and the 13 and how this here, this is why we call it 1348, right? This is why we call it 1348. Respect your levels, guys, and you will do very, 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 very well. Okay, so Ashley misses Lou. No one misses Lou. If you miss Lou, I got to question your sanity, Ashley. Now, let's see. Phoenix says, keep it, but throw in a little Gabe from time to time. Keep it exciting and fresh. Oh, absolutely will. All right. Again, this candle here, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for it to come down to the 13 before I go ahead and look for an entry. We do have that MACD showing a possible cross, but this could really take a while to pan out. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at the 1 minute. Yeah, again, 200 acting as Cock Blocktimus Prime here. Okay. I have a joke, but I'm afraid it'd get me canceled. I actually shared it with Andy and Ivan and STV, but I'm afraid I'll get canceled. I think Andy's going to jump in the chat like, no, don't do it. I'm just hearing Andy right now. He's like, don't do it. No, do it. Here goes nothing. Spill it. Oh my God. Now this joke does not. I was like, no. Andy, I mean, like, no, you're doing so well. Okay, you know what? I'm going to let the boys have this one. Like my old friend Palpatine would say, do it. Need a drunk stream from you, no. Let's see. Yo, Gabe, I'm getting so good at 1348 that I don't need to watch you, but still will because you're awesome, bro. Yeet, thank you. And that's the whole point. Let's see. That's how I get canceled by default. Find a joke on OnlyFans. You're a Star Wars fan, Gabe? Yes, I really am. Okay, moving along. We're going to avoid the joke. You know what? I'll tell you the joke. Okay, guys, make sure you tune in tonight on tonight's live stream because it's going to be a private live stream, and I'll share the joke privately. How about that? So you guys have an incentive to join the live stream. Just remember, this joke does not reflect my personal beliefs. It's just I think it's funny. Anyways, any cross on FSLY? Well. Fastly, you're asking me a stupid question. What cross? Right, do you just want to get people on this ticker? Because there's nothing here that suggests a cross. Nothing whatsoever. Okay. Let's see. What time is the live tonight? It is at 8 o'clock, guys. 8 o'clock. Okay. So I haven't looked at AMD in a while. And AMD is making our boy STV filthy fucking rich. Now in the 5 minute, you got that traffic light. Oh, she paid handsomely or beautifully depending on your preferred pronoun. If we go to the 1 minute here, and you got the 1 minute traffic light again, this is one of those things where you're like, okay, traffic light happened right here. Okay. You got an EMA braid. I'm probably not going to take it right here at these levels. But once you get a solid break, you do make some money. But I don't like this trade too much, right? Just the 200s right there on the 1 minute. On the 5 minute leads you to victory, right? So you guys do have options, right? You have options between your time frames. What kind of bee makes milk? Ghost bee? Huh. Algo's got an update for us. Let's see. Rita has half her settled cash free and already earned me 0.7% overall port on my personal account. That is beautiful. Completely autonomous. Oh my God. A booby. Okay. Thanks for that EMA braid explanation. MJJ, very, very welcome. Okay. Let's see. Booby. You guys are a bunch of degenerates. If Booby makes you chuckle, you're a fucking degenerate. As for me personally, I prefer long nipples. Anyways, so that's AMD. Let's go ahead and check out the SPY. Again, SPY just being sensitive to this level here. I don't know. This is nothing actionable right now, right? But you can tell it's just being ultra sensitive to this level, but nothing actionable. Let's go to the 1 minute. And you can see more of the same. You do have a level that printed on the 1 minute that coincides with this blue pill line. Interesting stuff. It's losing steam. It might be happening. Guys, please wait for the actionable alert on the 1 minute. All right, what goes up must come down. Okay. The title should be Degen Coffee with Gabe. That'd be great. I did chuckle. That makes me a degenerate. Let's see. Let's look at platforms, see what we have for Invictus. Invictus has just alerted Tesla. So let's take a look at this on the 5 minute. Oh, look at what we have here. Tessie. Ooh, potential cross here. Potential cross. Okay. But before you take that potential cross, I want you to look at previous price action relative to this level. You got the traffic light, it broke, and then it broke. It came back down to the 13 as it should, right? Because it just broke free. And then you have a potential cross. So if you are going to take this potential cross here, right, your risk would simply be the 48 or the 13, right? And you're waiting to see if you could break above this blue pill line here, right? So if I entered right now, my risk would be the 48 and the 13, right? And then my exit would be anywhere above this blue pill line, of which I would go ahead and defend my profit if it in fact breaks above. But looking at RSI here on the 5 minute, not entirely convinced. Look what it's doing. It's coming into its moving average, right? These blue pill lines are gospel, right? It's just really protecting you, right? Just protecting you. Has Pythagoras been repaired yet? I believe so. Time for the daily go fuck your mother shout out. Okay, who's getting shout out here? Who's getting shout out here? We go to Apple on the 1 minute. Apple just keeps marching. 5 minute. Apple just keeps marching. SPY on the 5 minute. Again, price sensitivity to the level. The 1 minute. Come on, chart. There you go. You have a traffic light on the 1 minute. Keep an eye out on this level here at the 48. That's going to be 411.38. Okay. So just keep an eye out on that. This could get interesting. Somebody suggest a penny stock? No, nobody better. Nobody better suggest a penny stock. Junior, good morning. Good morning. Let's see. Catching up to PE. Miguel, thank you for making sure the stream did not get boring. Let's go ahead and look at PE. Oh, come on, Miguel. Miguel did that on purpose. Miguel went ahead and looked for a penny stock just to see if he could get my blood boiling. No, we're not doing PE. Miguel, you're an asshole. Oh, you meant Penn? Penn Entertainment. Okay. On the 5 minute, you got a traffic light to the upside. Just really doing a whole lot of nothing here, right? On the 1 minute, you do have a potential traffic light to the downside. This traffic light paid, although you probably wouldn't have chased this, right? Probably would not have. But if you did, then you were using the 13 as your risk to protect your profit. Okay. As it stands, you do have a potential traffic light printing on the 1 minute to the downside, but nothing quite yet. What would Vlon make Gabe say? I think we talked about that on the STV stream. Vlon, no shit stocks, please. Let's go ahead and look at the daily. On the daily, traffic light, red light here. Still a little too far away from this traffic light. You're probably looking for a retracement to a 13 or the 48 to actually enter, right? Because you just don't want none of that emotional damage from 3164 all the way to at about 3281. That's a lot of emotional damage, even for the daily. So, attempt to get the best entry. You see RSI pivoting up as well. Not entirely convinced on this just yet until we have a retracement to one of these levels. Let's see. Flan speaks. Oh boy. Up nicely this morning with Tesla calls, 1 minute traffic lights. Dope. Let's see. Oh my God, I have so many levels on the SPY. We're going to have to clear this up, guys. Remove those drawings here. Let's go. Let's go back to the 1 minute. And let's redraw this. I'm going to redraw this one here, right? So there you have it with the 1 minute. Now, if you were to assume what goes up must come down, what are you guys thinking here, right? That, yeah, it should come down. But on the 1 minute, it's still being supported by the 48. Again, use your levels, the 13, the 48, the 200, and all of the intermediate levels here that print automatically for you on the chart. Use them. Please respect them always, okay? Let's see. We need a top market reversal bot. Sounds fun. Yeah, that does sound fun. It sounds entirely fun. All right, I've had enough fun with you guys this morning. I promise you the 12:30 stream will be live as fuck. But I got to go. Hope you guys learned something. I'll see you at 12:30. And yeah, if you guys want to hear that joke, make sure you check out tonight's stream. And if you really want to check out tonight's stream and you're not part of the community, make sure you check out the link pinned to the comments there. Trade1348.com. Get your 14 days free. Right? Get actionable alerts. Never be left behind. It's really that simple. Go ahead and make money like the rest of this community is. Right? We have the strategy laid out. We show you where your risk is. We show you where your profit taking is. And we keep you from just being an emotional disaster and chasing penny stocks like Vlon here, right? Let's go ahead and do it. This is Vlon. Oh my God. Look at all this money being made. Look at all this emotional damage being had. Look at the the daily here. Oh no, shorts are fucked. Hedgies are fucked, but it has a great product. What do you know about a great product? Have you ever used it? I swear I hate seeing that, right? Everyone that wants you to think that, oh yeah, you should invest in it because it has a great product, never owned one. This is like you don't own it, right? And or they invest in things that they don't understand. So this is a pharmaceutical, right? Now, how many of you or how many retail traders, right? It's, let alone do they not understand how to trade on the chart and trade on these technicals, which are very, very, very simple. You really think they understand the scientific? Well, what's the scientific definition for Rogaine? My cock's a flopping, right? So, no, that's not Rogaine. No, that's Viagra. There you go. You see what just happened there, right? The scientific name for Viagra is my cock's flopping, right? Well, it was not really. But the point is that you're reading, scientific explanation on stuff, right? And these companies have to do exactly what I have to do, right? They have to be able to sell themselves, right? They have to be able to sell their product. They have to be able to sell their research, for investors, right? And that's essentially what I'm doing each and every day is selling this. But at least you guys can see this. You can see the chart. You can see how it behaves. You can see that 1348 is the truth. I mean, if you go ahead and say like, yeah, Vlan is, what's the news on this? Let's look it up. 1 second. I love this. Let's do this, right? So, Vlan. Let's see what the news is on this. Let's see. News. Let's see. Really don't see Vlan. Okay, let's go to their website. Let's do this. Right? Vlan Pharmaceuticals. Right? About. Let's go to company overview. Right? Advancing novel formulations to reduce medication abuse. Fuck's this mean? Right? Vlan Pharmaceuticals is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company focused on the development and commercialization of novel abuse-deterrent medications for CNS disorders. Okay, now this sounds noble as fuck, right? The company leads investigational product candidate Adair, abuse-deterrent amphetamine immediate release. Like, what the fuck is that? Right? Like, okay, help me understand this. It's a proprietary abuse-deterrent formulation of immediate release IR. Again, I don't fucking understand what this just. What am I reading? Dextromethine. I can't even fucking pronounce this. Dextroamphetamine in development for the treatment of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Great, another ADHD medication and narcolepsy. Adair's design Adidas attempts to crush and snort and provides barriers to injection. Okay, so we're. Yeah, whoa, let's go. Leveraging clinical success of, this long ass fucking word one more time. We're developing Adair through a streamlined 505(b)(2) US FDA regulatory pathway, meaning they're not FDA approved, so therefore you're gambling with your money. But I like the product. The product's amazing, right? I believe in the company. I believe in the product, even though I can't pronounce half the words in this. I don't know what the fuck I'm investing in. Right? Okay. Which is expected to obviate the need for large phase 2 and phase 3 efficacy and safety studies. If approved, Adair is expected to be the first abuse-deterrent immediate release formulation of dextroamphetamine. Okay. We're driven by accomplishment, right? And then you got these weird-looking people here, right? She looks like she does a lot of drugs. Leanne. Woo! Damn, this guy looks like he's on something. Holy fucking eyeballs. Right? She has a new pronoun right here. Marilla. Let's see. He looks like a pedophile. Joseph. This guy. That looks like AI just painted his face here. Right? This looks like... Wow. AI. Right, and then who's this chick here? Minu Carson, director. Okay, we got a scientific board. Holy shit, right? These guys look like they're heads of a child pornography ring, especially this guy right here. He's smiling a little bit too hard, like he just saw like orangutan nuts. Moving along, let's see. What else do we have? And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Um, I don't know. What do you guys want me to give you? I can't. But buy the stock. I believe in the product. I believe in its leadership. Come on, Stock Twitch, rally behind me. It's gonna make me rich. It's gonna make me so rich. Oh man. Oh Lord. Okay, guys, now I'm out for real. All products should be advertised like that, maybe, right? Right. Was that enough, DGen? Was that good old cool classic but calm review dork? All right. There you go. Um, oh, spy before we go? Okay, come on. Really quick. While I'm here, might as well. Spy. Spy. Ooh, spy, spy, spy. Coming on down. Looking at the 1 minute. Oh, she broke the 48 on the 1 minute. Right. So there's levels to this, right? Could we get a free fall down to 410.66? Hey, look it. If you got in on this traffic light or maybe off the 13 here, you're profitable, right? Stop being greedy. All right. So that's it. I'll see you guys at 12:30. I had a little fun letting loose. All right. I should include my face when I'm on. Oh, like this? Like that? Come on, Playboy. I got answers for everything, bro. I got answers. I got answers. Yes, okay. Anyways, peace. Oh, man. That was fun.